Welcome to Glorica 26. In a world where technology continues to reshape every aspect of our lives, few companies have had as significant an impact on our daily routines as Uber. From a simple idea born in the streets of San Francisco to becoming a global transportation giant, Uber's journey is nothing short of remarkable. But this success didn't come easy. It was built on hard decisions, bold moves, and a relentless drive to change the way we think about transportation. The beginning. From 0 to 1. It all started in 2008, when two friends, Garrett Camp and Travis Kalanick, found themselves stranded in Paris during a cold winter evening. As they stood outside in the freezing weather, waiting for a taxi that never seemed to come, an idea sparked in Garrett's mind. What if we could just press a button on our phones and have a car come to us? That seemingly simple thought led to the creation of Uber. The duo, both entrepreneurs with a knack for disrupting industries, decided to turn that idea into reality. They initially envisioned a luxury car service that would connect people to private drivers via an app. At the time, the idea seemed bold. People were accustomed to the traditional taxi system, waiting in line, calling for cabs, and dealing with limited availability. But Garrett and Travis knew they had the potential to change that. They spent months developing the app and refining their business model, and in 2010, Uber officially launched in San Francisco. The app, initially named Uber Cab, allowed users to book a ride from their smartphones, revolutionizing how people thought about getting from point A to point B. However, success did not come overnight. The company faced immediate challenges. One of the first being a strong resistance from the taxi industry, which viewed Uber as a direct threat. Uber was hit with lawsuits and regulatory hurdles, and many cities refused to let Uber operate. Navigating challenges. The struggles of expansion. Despite these challenges, Uber pressed on. By 2011, the company expanded to New York City, one of the largest and most competitive markets for transportation. At this point, Uber wasn't just a luxury service. It was starting to redefine the entire concept of ride-hailing. The app made it possible for anyone with a smartphone to summon a ride at the tap of a button, bypassing the need for traditional taxis. This was a game-changer for both passengers and drivers. Passengers no longer had to search for a cab in the streets, and drivers could use their personal cars to earn money without the need for expensive medallions or working long shifts. However, with rapid expansion came even more obstacles. Uber faced backlash from regulators and lawmakers who questioned whether the company was operating within the boundaries of the law. In several cities, the company was forced to halt operations or face legal action. It wasn't just about competition anymore. Uber was challenging the very framework of the transportation industry. And then came the internal struggles that would eventually make headlines around the world. The rise and fall of Travis Kalanick. As Uber grew, so did its internal tension. Under Travis Kalanick's leadership, the company adopted an aggressive approach to growth. Kalanick was known for his fierce determination and his willingness to take risks, but this often led to controversial decisions. The company faced allegations of sexual harassment, a toxic workplace culture, and unethical business practices. Kalanick's leadership style, which some hailed as visionary, began to take a toll on the company's reputation. In 2017, after a series of scandals, Kalanick was forced to resign as CEO. It was a shocking move, but one that seemed necessary for the company's future. The Uber story, it seemed, was at a crossroads. Could the company survive without its brash and bold leader? Could Uber continue to lead the way in the ride-hailing revolution? Uber, however, proved its resilience. The board of directors appointed Dara Khosrowshahi, former CEO of Expedia, to take over the company. Khosrowshahi was seen as a stabilizing force, someone who could clean up the company's image and refocus on the long-term vision. Under his leadership, Uber shifted its focus from rapid expansion to improving its internal culture and rebuilding trust with both customers and regulators. The global impact. Transforming transportation. Even with the internal turmoil, Uber's technological innovations and business model continued to drive growth. By 2018, Uber had expanded into over 60 countries and provided rides to millions of people worldwide. The company became a household name, synonymous with the idea of ride-hailing, and transformed the way people viewed personal transportation. Uber didn't stop at ride-hailing. In an effort to diversify its business, the company ventured into new areas such as food delivery with Uber Eats, freight logistics, and autonomous vehicles. The ambition to dominate the transportation ecosystem was clear. Uber was no longer just a ride-hailing service. It was a transportation platform. The company's reach and influence grew rapidly, and it continued to expand into new markets. However, the battle for dominance in the global ride-hailing market wasn't without its challenges. Competitors like Lyft in the US, Ola in India, and Didi Chuxing in China posed significant threats to Uber's position. But Uber's ability to innovate, adapt, and scale at an unprecedented rate allowed it to hold its ground. Looking ahead, Uber's future in the digital age. As we look toward the future, Uber's journey is far from over. The company faces new challenges in the form of stricter regulations, the rise of electric vehicles, and the potential for increased competition in the autonomous vehicle space. The question now is, how will Uber continue to evolve in an ever-changing world? The answer lies in its ability to adapt, innovate, and overcome new hurdles. Uber's success will no longer depend solely on its ability to connect riders with drivers. It will be determined by how the company navigates new challenges, from autonomous technology to environmental sustainability. Uber's vision for the future includes a world where cars drive themselves, where deliveries are made by robots, and where the transportation industry is as seamless and connected as possible. What started as a simple idea to make getting a ride easier has evolved into a massive tech platform that's shaping the future of transportation. The road ahead for Uber is full of challenges, but it's also full of opportunity. And if history has shown us anything, it's that Uber has a way of overcoming the odds. Shaping the future. A new era of autonomous vehicles. One of the most exciting and, perhaps, the most ambitious aspects of Uber's future lies in the development of autonomous vehicles. Over the years, Uber has poured millions of dollars into its self-driving car project, hoping to revolutionize the way people travel. The dream of self-driving cars has been in the works for years, with Uber investing heavily in autonomous technology and acquiring startups that specialize in this space. In theory, the introduction of autonomous vehicles could completely reshape the transportation industry. With no need for human drivers, Uber could significantly reduce costs and provide even more affordable and efficient rides. Moreover, autonomous vehicles could lead to a safer driving environment by eliminating human error, which accounts for the majority of traffic accidents worldwide. However, the road to fully autonomous cars is filled with obstacles. Legal, ethical, and technical challenges remain significant hurdles. Regulatory agencies around the world are hesitant to allow self-driving cars on public roads due to safety concerns. Additionally, there are concerns about job displacement, as millions of professional drivers rely on companies like Uber for their livelihoods. Uber must navigate these issues carefully to bring autonomous vehicles to the masses without causing a societal backlash. Furthermore, while Uber's own self-driving car program has made significant strides, the competition is fierce. Companies like Waymo, Google's self-driving unit, Tesla, and numerous other tech giants and automakers are racing to perfect autonomous driving technology. Uber will need to continue innovating and investing in R&D to stay ahead of the curve and maintain its leadership position in the autonomous vehicle race. Sustainability. The green future of Uber. Beyond autonomous vehicles, another pressing issue for Uber is sustainability. As cities around the world face increasing concerns over climate change, there is growing pressure on all industries, including transportation, to reduce their carbon footprint. This has prompted Uber to take significant steps toward becoming a more environmentally friendly company. In 2020, Uber announced an ambitious goal to become a fully electric transportation platform by 2040. The company plans to transition its entire fleet of vehicles to electric cars, aiming to reduce its carbon emissions and contribute to global efforts to combat climate change. This move is particularly significant given the growing demand for sustainable practices among consumers and governments alike. To achieve this goal, Uber has already begun partnering with automakers to offer electric vehicles on its platform. The company has also introduced incentives for drivers to switch to electric cars, such as discounts on vehicle leasing and free charging. Uber's move toward electric vehicles also aligns with the broader trend in the automotive industry, as more car manufacturers are shifting their focus toward electric and hybrid models. While the shift to electric vehicles is a crucial step in Uber's long-term sustainability strategy, it will not come without challenges. The infrastructure for electric vehicles, such as charging stations, remains limited in many areas, particularly in rural regions. Uber will need to work closely with governments, utility companies, and other stakeholders to expand the charging infrastructure and ensure that drivers have access to the resources they need to operate electric vehicles effectively. The gig economy and the future of work. Another critical aspect of Uber's future is its relationship with the gig economy. Uber, as one of the largest gig economy platforms in the world, has been instrumental in transforming how people work. For millions of drivers, Uber provides an opportunity to earn income on their own terms, offering flexible hours and the ability to be their own boss. This model has been revolutionary for many, providing a source of income during times of economic uncertainty or as a supplement to other jobs. However, the gig economy model has also come under scrutiny. Critics argue that gig workers, including Uber drivers, often face financial instability, lack of benefits, and insufficient protections. In many places, Uber drivers are classified as independent contractors rather than full-time employees, which means they don't have access to traditional employee benefits like health insurance, paid leave, or retirement plans. This issue has sparked legal battles in several regions, with lawmakers calling for better protections for gig workers. In response, Uber has made some efforts to address these concerns, including offering drivers new benefits and protections in certain markets. The company has also explored new ways to provide more stability for its drivers, such as offering access to health benefits and insurance. Despite these efforts, the debate over the future of gig work continues. Uber must find a way to balance the flexibility of its platform with the needs and rights of its drivers, particularly as the pressure to provide better working conditions intensifies. The company's ability to navigate these challenges will be critical to its long-term success in the gig economy. Expansion into new markets and services. As Uber continues to evolve, it has expanded its services beyond traditional ride-hailing. The company now offers a range of services, including Uber Eats, Uber Freight, and even Uber Air, a proposed air taxi service that aims to revolutionize urban transportation. These new services represent Uber's effort to diversify its business and capitalize on the growing demand for on-demand services. Uber Eats, launched in 2014, has quickly become one of the world's leading food delivery platforms. The service allows users to order food from their favorite local restaurants and have it delivered right to their doorstep. Uber Eats has proven to be a significant revenue driver for the company, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, when demand for food delivery surged. Similarly, Uber Freight is an initiative aimed at disrupting the trucking industry. It connects freight carriers with shippers, enabling them to find and book shipments more efficiently. Uber Freight represents Uber's continued expansion into the logistics and supply chain sectors, an area that could provide significant growth in the future. Meanwhile, Uber Air is an ambitious project that aims to bring flying cars to urban areas. While still in its early stages, Uber Air has the potential to radically change how people think about transportation in crowded cities. The concept involves electric vertical takeoff and landing (eVTOL) aircraft that can transport passengers above the traffic and congestion of busy streets. If successful, Uber Air could drastically reduce travel times in urban areas and offer a new form of mass transit. A digital ecosystem. The Uber platform of tomorrow. Looking beyond transportation, Uber's vision for the future goes beyond just cars, trucks, and bikes. Uber sees itself as the backbone of a digital ecosystem that connects people to services of all kinds. The Uber app, already a tool for booking rides, ordering food, and finding freight, could evolve into a one-stop shop for all on-demand services. In the future, Uber could be the platform for everything from booking healthcare appointments to securing home services like cleaning, plumbing, and even home repairs. Uber's strategy of connecting people to services on demand aligns with the broader trends in the digital economy, where consumers increasingly prefer to access products and services through mobile apps. Uber's focus on creating a digital ecosystem reflects the company's recognition that the future of business is in platforms, not just individual products. By building a digital infrastructure that connects consumers and service providers, Uber could continue to grow and thrive in the years to come. No matter how the world of transportation evolves, the path forward. Navigating uncertainty. In conclusion, Uber's journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. What started as a simple idea to improve urban transportation has blossomed into a global tech platform that reshapes entire industries. While the company faces significant challenges, from regulatory battles to internal struggles, it remains poised to shape the future of transportation and beyond. The road ahead is uncertain, but Uber's track record of innovation and resilience suggests that it will continue to find new ways to succeed. Whether it's through autonomous vehicles, electric cars, or new on-demand services, Uber's future will be defined by its ability to adapt to an ever-changing world. One thing is clear: Uber has changed the way we live, work, and move. And its story is far from over. This continuation and expansion of Uber's story maintains the strategic tone and depth needed for an American audience, while touching upon key issues such as autonomous vehicles, sustainability, and Uber's broader role in the gig economy and digital ecosystem.